Hello everyone, it's story time again. I can't remember what part we are on, but it doesn't matter. I just want to tell you a story from the Bible. Again, it's a story that really happened. In fact, this story I'm going to tell you today is one of my favourites. And it's told 4 times in the Bible. And of course, it's about Jesus. So let me put some clouds on the board here. It's a bit of a cloudy day today. Okay, so here we go. Let's put Jesus over here. And now those of you that have been following these stories will probably remember the names of Jesus's friends, his team, Jesus's class. So I'm going to see if we can remember them today. I'm going to try and remember them myself. There were 12 of them that were men, and there were 5 of them that were ladies. So here we go. This is John. Can you all say John? Brilliant. John. So John and Peter over here. And this is John's brother. And that's James. And this is Peter's brother. And his name is Andrew. Brilliant. Okay. And let's put the rest of the 12 up here. And let's see if we can say their names. Okay. Now 2 of them were called Judas. So this is one of the Judases. And let's do the boo. Boo! This is the bad Judas, and one of the others is the good Judas. So that's Judas and Judas. Then we had a Simon. There was another James, who was called Junior, because he was younger than John's brother James. There was Matthew. There was Philip. There was Bart. There was Thomas. I think that's probably all of them. 12 of them altogether. And the ladies, and I can hear you saying, Mary. What's the next one? Mary. Here we go. Mary. Brilliant. Joanna. And Susanna. Brilliant. That's Jesus' friends. Now, one day Jesus was teaching, because he was an amazing teacher. In fact, when Jesus taught, it was God speaking to people right on the inside. In fact, no one ever fell asleep or got bored when Jesus was teaching. In fact, sometimes people travelled a long distance to listen to Jesus teaching, and also making sick people well again. And this is one of those times. In fact, they had walked a long, long way, and they're at a place where there's no shops, there's nowhere to get food, and Jesus has been teaching for a long, long time. Let's put a lot of our people that came to listen to Jesus. This man we've met before, he's a poor man, he's got no shoes. Remember these guys? This is one, he's always running, this man. And this is the one that points and says, there's Jesus over there. Here's another man here. This man, can you remember what he might do, what his job was? He's a shepherd, good, looking after sheep. So here's an older lady, and here's a girl. We'll put the girl here. Jesus wasn't really in the air. We put him down here. Okay, he's not standing in the air. Here's an old man over here. Here's a man, a rich man over here. Here's a soldier. Goodness, look at them all. Masses and masses. We put this man over here as well. He's a blind man. Maybe somebody helped him to travel when Jesus was moving around. Here's a man, he's a priest in a church. Here's another one of the leaders of the people. Lots more over here and lots more. Do you know, there are so many people here. But the star of my story is not yet on the picture board. And he is a young boy. I don't know how old he is. We'll say he was about 10 years old. And, you know, this is the boy. We don't even know what his name is, but he's going to be the star of this story. So Jesus is teaching the people, and it's morning, then it's dinner time, and now it's getting late into the afternoon, and no one has had anything to eat. And you know, Jesus says to his friends, the 12 of them, the men and the women, he says to them, in fact, he speaks to Philip, and he's going to test Philip. He says, Philip, it's getting late. Where can we buy food for all these people? Philip looks at Jesus and he says to him, Master, we haven't got enough money. Can you say that? We haven't got enough money to buy food for all these Someone must have counted them. There were 5,000 men plus women, ladies and children. So thousands of people were there. And Philip was saying, we haven't got enough money to buy food and I haven't seen a McDonald's for ages. That's a joke. There's no McDonald's here, really. Do you know? Jesus was testing his friends at that time. But then, this is Andrew. Andrew went and found this boy. Because this young boy, he came forward. And you know what he had with him? Yep, he had his packed lunch with him. His packed lunch. And in his packed lunch, he had 5 little sandwiches and 2 small fish. And maybe his mum or dad had made his packed lunch for him, but he hadn't had time to eat it yet. And he heard that Jesus was looking for some food. Bless him. I expect all the grown-ups thought, that's nice, isn't it? But that's not going to be enough. Boys and girls, do you know what? This boy, I'm going to say, he wasn't very good at maths. He never added up. He never worked out with his mind that this wasn't enough. In fact, what he did, he realised that Jesus needed something. And he had something that Jesus needed, some food. So he brought it to Jesus. And Andrew brought him to Jesus. And I think that when Jesus saw this little boy, he was so pleased. And he took the boy's packed lunch. And nearly dropped him then. He took the boy's packed lunch. And he told his friends to get everyone to sit down on the grass. There was lots of grass there. So everyone sat down in big groups of 100 and big groups of 50. And Jesus took the bread and the fish and he lifted it up to his Father in heaven. And he said a prayer. He said, thank you. And then when he looked at all the people, he began to break the bread. And he gave it to his friends. And he broke the fish. He gave it to his 12 friends. And he said, now you go and feed the people. Probably thought, this isn't going to be enough. But as they went around and they started to share the bread with all the people that were sitting in their groups, the people in front started to eat, pretend to eat. The people behind started to eat. The people in the back were probably thinking there's not going to be enough, but there was enough for them as well, and they began to eat. Maybe someone called out, could I have some more, please? Do you want to say that? Could I have some more, please? So Jesus gave them some more, and you know, lots of crumbs and lots of pieces of the bread and the fish, they fell on the grass as well. At the end, you could hear people saying, wow, I'm full up now, I've had enough. Everyone was amazed at what Jesus had done. And you know what? It was all because this little boy, he didn't think, I can't do anything, I can't make a difference. But he didn't think like that. He bought what he had and he gave it to Jesus. Do you know what? If you give what you have and you pray and you trust Jesus, whether you're a child or an adult, he will take what you have and he will multiply it. And it will help to be kind and make a difference in all sorts of people's lives. We call this a miracle. And when we give ourselves to Jesus and he takes what we have, Jesus is able to do miracles. Now, it doesn't say this in the Bible, but I wonder whether this little boy went home and said to his mum and dad, Mom, Dad, you're never going to believe what Jesus did with my packed lunch today. Could you make me a packed lunch tomorrow? I'm going to follow him all over the place. And I wonder whether Jesus put this little boy in charge of the catering, of looking after the food, of preparing dinner, wherever they went. I don't think so, really. But what a lovely story. And what an amazing thing that Jesus did. Well, they collected up afterwards 12 baskets of leftovers, bits that had fallen to the ground. Jesus said, don't let anything be wasted. Well, isn't that amazing? They had more left over than what they started with. And all because one boy gave what he had. He did what he could and he gave it to Jesus. Hope you enjoyed that story. Maybe I'll come back with another one soon. See you soon.